and I should be chill about this sort of thing during the holidays. I pressed on with my point instead. Just because the old formula of making resolutions is ineffective doesn't mean we should squander the opportunity, especially one that conveniently comes at this point in the calendar year and festive season. It's a time we are naturally reflective, so it's a logical opportunity to assess our activities over the past year and their impact so we can identify actionable improvements for the next. We should make one of our resolutions that you have to put $1 in a jar every time you use the word actionable, said Jez, which I ignored. The incomparable Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek and other Bibles, has a great method for this process, the past year review. I proceeded to explain. Basically, we look over our entire calendars for the past year, everything we did. Obviously, you need to be able to refer to a diary or calendar where you have faithfully and systematically recorded all events and activities for 2018. I printed them out, I said, handing him his and taking a sip of my coffee. God, it was good. Coffee out is such a treat. So use this to identify your peak positive and negative experiences. You can analyse this information through the lens of the 80-20 rule. Jez looked blank. The Pareto principle? Sorry, he shrugged. In this context, the 80-20 rule means roughly 20% of people, activities or commitments will have triggered 80% of your peak positive or lowest negative points last year. Right, Jez said, scanning his printout. His fresh coffee arrived and he immediately drank half of it. Then, based on knowing what is good for you and bad for you, you can actually schedule in more of the positive leaders for the year ahead in a concrete fashion and get them on the calendar. You can book and prepay. It's solid and it's actionable. Right, and what about the negatives? Yep, that's the second part. You take the negative leaders and make them into a not-to-do list and put it somewhere you can see it for a while. Theoretically, until you learn to stop doing them out of guilt or FOMO or whatever it is that made us do them. This is where I fell down in 2018. It's a lot easier for me to schedule more positive stuff than to do less of anything. Really? Jez said. But this is why I want you to do it with me this year, I said. Help keep me accountable. I looked at my beautiful husband, his messy brown hair and his melty brown eyes and his funny smile. His expression was brightening because our food was arriving. Bacon, eggs, toast and chipolatas for him. House-cured salmon bagel for me. Yay! I said. You can do your review while you eat. Yay, said my patient beloved. Where's yours? I already did mine. I looked over mine while we ate, and Jez flicked through his printed-out Google calendars and made notes. Then we swapped and looked at each other's. Running, Jez said in disgust, looking at my list. You like hiking? Hiking's nice. It involves stopping and smelling the roses. Roses? Well, trees. Running also involves enjoying scenery, I said. We already catch up with friends and family a lot, Jez said, reading down the page. Yes, but the scheduling of it takes up a lot of my mental real estate, so if we do that in advance, then it's easier. If you say so. But this looks like a very full schedule. Too much? Maybe I drop couples dinners with Lily and Bennett and Aubrey and Dave to twice a year each. Maybe. And why is keeping up with my grandparents and sister on your list anyway? Well, is it on yours? Silence. That's why. And babysit.